shovel that was hand-carved by a man back in the 1930s. And it says on it, a good motto, and the big W here, work well and willingly with what you have. And then you flip it on over, and it says D-U-T-Y, doing useful things yourself. Good motto, everybody.
That's kind of your life story, isn't it?
That is. It truly is. Yeah.
Outside, what you're looking at is a marvelous front door that the hinges came from a cabin that I lived in Rogersville, and they're all hand done. I don't know. Guess there are windows up there, you guys.
Yeah.
You know, anybody that's listening to this, there really are windows. I just haven't cut the ivy away this year from it.
When did you move here?
1971.
Oh, okay.
1971.
What brought you here?
Dropping out. Went to Woodstock and realized that there was that we could do this. Just drop out and join the countryside. I went to school, went to college in Virginia Intermont in Bristol, Virginia, and knew how fantastic the people are here and how visually beautifully this countryside is. So just got into a car and drove on down and plopped ourselves into Rogersville and met James Richardson, and he put us up in his little cabin down on the river, and I just thought to myself, this is where I want to live. This is where I want to have my kids. This is where I want to live. So
what was it about this place that you liked?
A couple of things. The big thing, I think, the people. The people were so wonderful. So what I wanted to be is, you know, generous with your time and not pass judgment on you, and because we were sort of known as the hippies, and yet they, you know, they just took us as being at face value there. And then visually, I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen so many colors of green in your life? And I think that this ground is so terrific. I think that the water here is just so delicious, and everything about, you know, the topography is just fantastic.
What's the story behind your house?
The story behind the house.
This looks like something out of a fairy tale.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm Sleeping Beauty here. You know, waiting to, you know, dig it down the vines and find me. It started as being just a cabin, a 16 by 24 cabin, and just it's all rock underneath here, and then beams or trees that we just cut down off the farm, and those were the beams for the in the ceiling, and the neighbors
just kind of built it like the pioneers built it, didn't you?
Oh yeah, with axes, and honestly, yeah. When you see inside, you'll see very much what I'm talking about.
And the beginning was the beams, these large beams that came out of the woods there. And honestly, I was here by myself at the time, and I thought to myself, how am I going to do this? And I had a book, and I know this sounds really crazy, but it showed you how to cut down a tree. You make a notch, and I mean, it wasn't, because I didn't know how to do any of this. Then the next thing was really the recycling of things, which was, I mean, it wasn't even fashionable back in those days, but it was sort of like, what you have, that's what you use, you know, and if someone's going to give you something, you put it somewhere, or you make it. If you need a door, make the door if you don't, you know, have it. So it was definitely a group effort at any given time. A lot of friends that came down, you know, from the good old days up north, and they came down, and, you know, it was like just fun. Just sort of a barn raising at intervals. You know, that people would all say, hey Lee, you know, how about if we come down, you know, for 4th of July, and 5 people would come, and we'll do a porch, or we'll you know, make something. But then when John came in my life, definitely things, that he became much more of a help, and he likes things that are a little more structured, and that's why this new room here is much more John's influence of being.
It's got square corners.
It's got exactly.
As we needed another room, then we added another room.
How many rooms is it now?
Oh, I don't know. There are no doors.
Oh, one big room.
It's one big room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're an artist, right?
Yes.
Tell me about your art, your endeavors in art. Did you study art?
No.
No, you just became an artist.
Yeah, or I think you're born with. I think everybody has it in them. I really truly do. And I think that if you pursue that and don't get intimidated by what other people label art, or an artist, I think that you just follow a medium that happens for you. With me, it's just about anything. I really loved wood, and so I really got into the wood carving and wood building things, and just really getting into that.
So your house became kind of a palette, is that right?
Oh, definitely. Wait till you see inside. Can't wait to show you. And not only for myself, but everyone, and I'll do this rap with everyone. I'll say to you, oh, you like photography or you like writing? All right. So the house became a collection of things that people have made and have given, not so much to me, but just to add to the house. So the house has evolved from not just my effort or John's effort, but from everybody. Young calls it the museum. Young is my son, and he calls it the museum because so many people have added to this place, and I like that.
It is okay that things are not plumb and level, and that you can do without. It's like, what is it, Mick Jagger sings about, you can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. And I think that's a good thing.
Don't be afraid of what people think. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Is that people get too intimidated by what someone's going to think about them or about what they just did. Is this acceptable? Forget that. Just do it.
Believe me, I've had a lot of fun doing this. It's not. I think a lot of it is like, what can I do now? Honestly, it's just fun creating and challenging yourself. If you never did this before, don't be intimidated by it. That's my point. Try it, do it. It'll come out. It'll be all right.